This is the Weekly Bugle for the week of December 4th to December 10th, 2023. I'm Hunter Reineck, and on this show we update and bring you news on things from the past week, ranging from science to history to whatever you need to be in the know of in a relatively short format. Before we get into it, I want to quickly talk about the Reineck Science, History, and Art Center. This is a project and idea I've had for a while, and I'm finally moving forward with it. It'll be a community center in GIBSONBURG that is focused on building a sense of community by bringing people together by teaching, inspiring, and celebrating them through science, history, and art. If you wish to know more about the project, check out the GoFundMe in the description below or scan the QR code that's been on screen. I can't wait to see where this goes, and thank you so much to everyone so far who has helped and supported this idea. I really appreciate it. Getting into the show, this week in science and health, for the first time researchers have found preserved stomach contents of a tyrannosaur. It was found in a juvenile Gorgosaurus that is estimated to be between 5 and 7 years old when it died around 75 million years ago. During prep work in a museum lab, partial remains of two small herbivorous dinosaurs of the city's Cetepes elegans were found. These findings provide evidence that young Gorgosaurs had different diets from their adult counterparts, who are known to hunt mega herbivore dinosaurs. Due to this difference in diet, it shows how both young and adult Gorgosaurs could have easily coexisted in the same ecosystem. All this gives us a better understanding how some dinosaurs may have existed in the past and how they interacted within their ecosystems. This week in history, on December 7th, 1941, Pearl Harbor was attacked by Japanese dive bombers early in the morning. The attack sank 5 out of the 8 battleships and 3 destroyers stationed there, plus more than 200 aircraft were destroyed. In the end, 2,400 Americans were killed and 1,200 were wounded. This attack effectively rendered the Pacific Fleet useless, however, it was the catalyst that made the US join World War II. The US would eventually help defeat Japan and the Axis powers, ending the Second World War in 1945, only after using 2 nuclear weapons to bomb Nagasaki and Hiroshima, which eventually started a nuclear arms race between the Soviet Union and the US, leading to the Cold War. You gotta love war, he says, sarcastically. Moving on to world news, conflict is still happening in Israel and Gaza. Also, the war in Ukraine still rages on after almost 2 years of fighting. Plus, many other conflicts are going on in the world that don't get any coverage, that many of us probably don't even know about. For the time being though, I'm not going to continue covering any of these conflicts unless something extremely major or important comes up. Just because I or other people don't cover or talk about these things doesn't mean they aren't still happening and that they don't care about them. Personally, there's a small weekly show that mostly covers local events or random things that I find interesting. I think I've done all I can at the moment with covering these things. So, if you wish to stay up to date and still be informed on these conflicts, you can check out the links in the description or go to whatever news sources you find trustworthy. Hopefully, sooner rather than later, everyone can return home safely and peace will be restored to many innocent people around the world. Finally, getting into local news, last Saturday I covered and ran in GIBSONBURG'S 9th Ugly Christmas Sweater Run and Walk. Between free donuts, Santa coming to town, and a bunch of amazing ugly sweaters, the event was a blast to cover. Around 200 people participated in the event, donating tons of toys and canned goods for the community. If you wish to see more about this event, check out the video I did on it in the description or at the end of the video. Moving on to upcoming events, if you haven't yet, I recommend checking out the Lights Before Christmas at the Toledo Zoo. The entire park is covered in amazing Christmas light displays, plus you get to see cool unique animals in their exhibits. If you want to get somewhat of a feel of the lights, you can check out the video I did on Harvest Fest at the zoo in the description below or at the end of the video. Again, with it being the holidays though, I recommend checking out as many local events as you can. Every town almost has something going on around this time of year, and I'm sure you'll find an event that you'll find interesting. Finally, leaving you off with something nice and wholesome, here's a video submitted by Fabioke on r/wholesome on Reddit. The video shows someone being reminded just how great it is to be a father. Enjoy. That is it for the show today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any thoughts or suggestions on the show or the stories covered today, let me know in the comments below. Remember to stay happy and healthy. See you guys in the next weekly, people. Bye.